Hey guys, it is Running Kimono, and today is Wednesday, the 25th. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day at home. And I'm at home here today doing a little bit of self reflecting. And I know a lot of you, because I do a narration channel, it's all VOs, voiceovers. So you really don't know what my story is or who I am. So I thought I would share a little bit today. Like, what is my story? Why did I start extreme couponing? And, like, what's the backstory of this? So just to give you a little bit, in about 2011, Netflix had all of the extreme couponing shows from TLC streaming. I don't believe they have it anymore, but I think on different services you can pay for it. And I quickly loved the show. I loved seeing these women get these huge carts for, dollars. And it just became really fascinating to me. And I had watched like season 1 to 4 or whatever, like probably I always had it in the background playing even if I wasn't watching it because I found it really interesting. And they seemed like everyday people that were just killing it. And that's how the interest peaked for me. And I used to go onto coupons.com, print out coupons, and just do it very like superficially from 2011 to 13. It wasn't very serious. Now, I did start up an Instagram account too, and I started looking for specifically the hashtag Michigan couponers. And from there, I started looking for ladies with stores in my area and what they were in fact doing. And in my early days of my Instagram account, because my Instagram account's been around forever, I was following like, Meyer deals, Walgreens deals, little deals I could do on the side. Some of these girls would do the heavy lifting and then post their hauls, and then you would try and decipher them, go to the store with the exact coupons and try to replicate it because I really had no idea what I was doing at the beginning. And back in the day, like 2011, 12, 13, that time, if an influencer had like 20,000 followers and you would ask a question, you would get blocked. And maybe it was the girls that I was following at the time, but the ladies I was following were like high protein, high octane couponers, like they got it done. And so they barely had time to sit back and do a Q&A, and it was just like their hauls. You'd have a little bit of information and that was it. And you might think, oh, well, that's so rude and they're rude. And oh my gosh, rude. They should answer my newbie question. No, it actually really helped me because I had to stand on my feet quickly and I had to learn how to do this on my own. It was sink or drown. There was no swimming in this. And as much as I could be frustrated with these influencers on Instagram back in the day, they taught me how to stand up and do this on my own quickly. And I'm kind of grateful. Actually, I'm really grateful. So, to talk about this, guys, without getting into the specifics, in 2013, I suffered a job loss. The industry I was in kept downsizing. So, every year we were losing about, 3 to 5 people. So, an office of 20 was reduced down to about 6, and then I was voted off the island. And I knew my ticket was up, and to take the most positive spin on this, I realized that if I was going to do something else in my life, it wouldn't be in that industry. And if I had to take time to figure this out, I had to save money on our budget. And that's where couponing stepped in. And I really had no idea how much money you could save and how this could really change your life until I really put some effort into it. And just to explain a little bit about my job loss, because I've never really discussed this, this job that I had was my identity. It's part of who I was. People associated me with this, field, and I was very proud. And then just to see it fizzle and disappear, and it would be gone, it was disheartening. But I knew I wanted to go into something completely different because I knew that there was no future in this. And how could I go home in 3 years from now and tell my husband again, hey, I lost my job? Just, going to a different market and doing something completely different. It just wasn't worth it. So I always had a love for numbers, and it's no big surprise I work in accounting today. And yeah, it was just a really uncertain time. And it was uncertain because I was so proud of the job that I lost, the field that I was in, helping people, being of service, and then just to have it taken away, that was the hardest thing because it was not so much the depression of being jobless, but it's when you associate yourself in a field that that's what you do is part of who you are. And it happens to a lot of us where that just happens. It was just a really hard time for me, but the joy that I had in that job I found in couponing. And it's really hard to explain, but I just found a real fire in this, a love for this. And who would think that a show on television would help me so much, but it really did. And it's the craziest thing to explain. And it's like, that is my backstory, which is really bizarre, but in a way, it really, really helped me out in a really difficult time. So I thought it would be really cool, guys. I could rattle on for hours, you guys know me, but I thought it would be really fun to show you some of the items that when I first started, like I went through a phone from 2012 to 14 for these photos, but I just wanted to show you guys like some of the items that because you need a couple small wins with things to say, hey, this really works. Like, what? You need that. And these were two items that initially, I think in 2012, I was hauling and I was getting for like next to nothing. And like how the Walgreens door opened for me. And these were some of the products that I was hauling like big time. So back in the day and even today, Almay is probably one of the most generous manufacturers. And there's always really high coupons for their products. And back in the day, they used to have 5 off of 2 internet printables or $4 off any product coupons found on in inserts. So this was one haul that I did at Walgreens, and I think I paid like maybe $3 at the most for all of this, and it was probably mostly tax. And I remember when I did it, it was like a light went off and I was like, oh my gosh. And like, what an awesome photo too. It looks like trash. And then here's another one. This I shot on my bed. I was so proud of it. And I remember stockpiling like little makeup items and thinking to myself, like, I had no idea it was this easy to get all this stuff for free. And it was just like something that I just wanted to keep pursuing. I thought it was great. And just to show you what the little coupons looked like, I mean, a 5 off of 2, how great was that? And, just to get all this makeup for like pennies. And if you're a makeup girl, it was like, oh my gosh, like I cracked the code, like, it's just so cool. And that hooked me right away to try to figure out Walgreens and to get really good. And right around that time as well, they started their balance rewards card to earn points. Like, this is the Wayback Machine, and it just really, it was such a cool feeling to know that I got like, probably $100 worth of makeup for $6. It was it. Now, another store that I used to coupon at back in the day, and like this is even before I knew about deals, I would just go onto coupons.com and print out coupons because I wasn't sure what I was doing. I didn't know that you had to look at a circular to find the best deals. I would just find an item for a price and then just use a coupon and fingers crossed and try to make something happen to get something for $1 less. And that's what I thought it was initially. And like, I had no idea. But when you're starting out, a lot of us make rookie mistakes. And I probably made so many that, I wish I had found somebody like my channel, like back in the day, like somebody that would explain it really well. Because trying to do stuff off of picture reading was like almost next to impossible, like back in 2011 and 12. But anyhow, Kmart in my local little town where I was living, they had this product called the Windex Touch-Up Cleaners, and they had these goofy coupons, like it was like $4 off the purchase of like 3 and then $5 off the purchase of 6. They were just crazy. So I printed a bunch of them out, and then I went to this Kmart, and then like I would pay like $1 something for each one. And I thought, man, that's like the greatest deal ever. This product never did take off either, but it was this like container that you would tap the top and then you would be able to get the Windex out. I mean, I think it was a cute product, but it just never really took off with customers. But I know that like back in that summer of, I think 2013, a lot of us got these for free or really cheap. And I thought like $1 was a stock up price for this item. And like, I would never pay that today, but I was trying really hard. And I remember the staff at Kmart being so negative about my couponing. Like they would almost refuse to scan them. And it was just a real struggle over there, but I still went every day and tried. Like nobody was going to stop me. And as I got a little better at this and found more people on Instagram and really, gave it the old college try. I remember when coupons like this on coupons.com would show up, like, $2 off of any cat food. And then they sold this box for like $1.99 at Meijer, or $2 on the nose. So I got like a bunch of cat food for free. And it was just to look for deals like that were very easy with coupons.com and products. And like that's how I started. I would just look every day and then try and do little matchups myself. And again, like I just wasn't sure 100% of what I was doing, but having a couple wins and doing little deals like this where you would get things for free, that's how I realized that this hobby was extremely like cool. Like just to stock up on cat food, it was just like a real high just to like get a bunch of these for next to nothing. And I was like, I didn't even know what I was doing, and I used to scour coupons.com and then to match it up for freebies at Meijer. And I was just addicted. Like I would do that whenever I had free time. And it was something I just really, really enjoyed. And it gave me a lot of joy. So that's why I just continued to do it. And I also became really good too at writing companies for freebies. And like this is in the Wayback Machine. But I think for this cat food or litter, I'm not even sure what it is. But they used to send you like free coupons for fur items. I don't believe most companies do that anymore, but back in the day, like if you wrote them on their Facebook or like a really complimentary note, the freebies would always be showing up. And this is like me not knowing what I'm doing. And like I think I got free cat litter or cat food, and I was like, what? And it was just like a really great moment. So yeah, just some humble beginnings. And man, I made a ton of mistakes when I was starting out. I thought I would end this video with showing you my stockpile. This is the first stockpile I ever had. Don't judge, it's really bad. And I would just stock up on stuff for our personal household that we liked, or items that I would get for free with coupons. Obviously the Listerine, my husband's favorite. We still buy a lot of that. But I would put this all below sinks. Like I never even had like a shelf or anything like that. Like I had no idea what I was doing. But I would just stock up on items that I knew we would use or stuff that I really liked. And yeah, that was the stockpile. And the closing shot, as you can see, I have a lot of those little gains next to the barbecue sauce with like a mountain of soy sauce and Skippy peanut butter. So whatever the hot coupon was showing up, I was trying to find a deal. And like, this was my stockpile back in the day. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Maybe in the comments you could let me know what your story is and how you started out. As always, again, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.